For the next assignment that we're doing here, it's the packets and frames room. Just kind of going over what the difference between what packets are and what frames are. Here in the first paragraph, kind of goes over that. So packets and frames are a small piece of data or data when forming together make a larger piece of information or message. However, the two different things in the OSI model, a frame is at layer 2, the data link, meaning there's no such info as IP address. Think of this as putting an envelope within an envelope, sending it away. It's a little example right there. This process is called encapsulation. And it's safe to assume when we're talking about anything IP, we're talking about packets. When encapsulating information is stripped away, we're talking about the frame itself. So when there's no information, it's a frame. With information such as IP address, it's a packet. First question that they have down here: what is the name of a piece of data when it does have an IP address? Addressing information, it's a packet. Second one, piece of information that does not, which is frame, and we went over that. And then the rest of the example here is just kind of showing how like a file is sent over, how it's not sent over all at once, it's done in a chunk and then reconstructed on your end on the computer. Second one, TCP, Transmission Control Protocol for short. TCP is short. It's very similar to the OSI model that we previously discussed in the 3 rooms. Let's see what the questions are. It's the 3-way handshake. So, what is the header in a TCP packet that ensures the integrity of a data? Checksum is the answer of that, and you can see where you get that answer for checksum. Should be right here. So checksum is the value of what gives TCP integrity. A mathematical calculation is made where the output is remembered when receiving when the receiving device performs the mathematical calculation. The data must be corrupt if the output is different from what was sent. So that's what the checksum is doing. So if the information's different, it's just checking the integrity of it. In the order of a normal 3-way handshake, 3-way handshake is what they're talking about between like servers and like websites when you're trying to get on to something. So this would be a normal 3-way handshake between 2 devices is what they're showing here. So first, Alice device sends over the SYN, which is a message in the initial packet to the client during the handshake. And this packet's used to initiate a connection and synchronize the 2 devices together. Once that is sent to Bob, Bob acknowledges it, and then he also sends one back to her. And then the acknowledgement of the packet can be used, either the client or server, to acknowledge that a series of messages and packets have been successfully received. So that's what he's also doing here to make sure they can connect. Everything's good so far. So once he sends that, he sends the acknowledgement that he's getting her messages, sends her a message, and she sends her acknowledgement that she is getting his message as well. And that's what that's showing for normal 3-way handshake right there. All right. Help Alice and Bob communicate by reassembling the TCP handshake in the correct order in the static lab attached to this task. Enter the value of the flag given at the end of the conversation into the question below. So, for this one, you're going to have to pull this up. Wonder if it'll do it. So, just showing like the three-way handshake that we just went to. So, she needs to send something, a message to Bob. And then Bob will say, yeah, I can hear you. That was his message back to her. And then she'll send an acknowledgement back to him. And then once he gets that acknowledgement, now the data can be transferred. Boom, he gets that data. He acknowledges it. And he sends back. She acknowledges, she gets it. She sends back Finn. Finn, back right here, should show Finn means finished. The packet used to cleanly, properly close the connection after it has been complete. And then after you do that, he gets it. He finishes and acknowledges. Okay, goodbye. Everything's together. That's how you get your flag. THM TCP chatter. Which is right here. Right. Okay, UDP. It's another protocol to communicate between devices. Unlike TCP, UDP is stateless. TCP kind of has checks to make sure like what info is being sent is getting to the device and then being able to be, there's connections between the two. UDP doesn't have that. It's a stateless protocol that doesn't require a constant connection between the two devices for data to be sent. It just kind of sends it off and hopes for the best. Let's scroll around here. So the questions for this one: what does the term UDP stand for? User Datagram Protocol. And that's shown up here. So pretty easy to find that one. What type of connection is UDP? Stateless, I guess, and stateless means it doesn't require a constant connection between the two devices, unlike TCP, which does. What protocol would you use to transfer a file? I would transfer TCP because you would like it all to get there. And then what protocol would you use for a video call? UDP, use that because the connection doesn't have to be as solid, as consistently solid. Is what I would assume. Cool. Got that. And ports. Questions for ports. Oh, we got a challenge here. Okay. Open this site attached to this task and connect to the IP address 8888 on port 1234 and you'll receive a flag. So that one was pretty easy. It would have been hard if I didn't have this to help here. So it does show what you would do. Wait a second. So I'm really looking at. I did this the other day, and I kind of forgot how to do this. Since fill ports, showing what's there. Yeah, so this one is pretty difficult. I'm trying to think of how I figured it out last time. Um, oh, that's probably how. So what what you're gonna do for this one is 8.8.8.8, and then on your port 1, 2, 3, 4. Connect. Boom. Gives you your flag, and the answer is there. So yeah, this would probably be the hardest one that I've done on here, just because I was kind of confused about that for a second. Got to put in, got to correct. You get your answer here. Easy peasy. I like this room. It was pretty good. I'd say maybe a little more of a hint towards what to do with this little protocol here class. Other than that, it was pretty good. Let's get here to the last one. Just terminate these. Pretty much what that is. Get that out of there. Extend your network. Continue to the next room. All right, and that's the end of that one. Thank you.